Hey guys, in this lecture we are going to create a new project in which we are going to develop a sample project which stores the employees data and retrieves and shows the employee data. That's it. That's how simple it is. So just to say, we are going to actually collaborate all the skills that we have learned until now and make a complete project by combining all of them. Alright, if you observe here, I have created a new project, sampler dash project. I have given all the settings. I have set everything similar to how we have done for the previous lectures. I've done everything, just that I haven't given any route access and any methods to handle it. Alright, so before we do anything, we need to set up our database because we need to save the data. So open your command line client, and here I'm going to type the password. Yeah, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a database. So create database, and here the name of the database, employee. Yeah, now we need to use the database, use employee. Yeah, and now let's just create a table. Create table employee underscore. Wait, let's just put, what happens if we put it name varchar 20 comma and age will be integer. So if we do it, yeah, it works. So now let's just see, let's just run this command. Select star from employee. If you run it now, so we do have a table set up right now. So what we're going to do here is come back here. So everything is set up, but one thing you have to, I have already done, is you need to change the mysql underscore db inside the db.yaml to match what we have done here. You need to change the mysql underscore db to match the employee table that we database that we have created. All right, after doing that, you are good to go. So now the main important thing is we need to create a template. All right, inside this we do have a base template, but we're going to create a new one, index.html, and inside it we're going to create what we are going to create our forms that is going to help us to take some data from our users. So come back here, so write uh, extends base.html, and now just say we do have block body, so block body and block, and here we're going to say form. Yeah, inside it we're going to give what we're going to give, input type equals to text, name equals to name, and we're going to copy this and create a duplicate of it, but here we're going to see it as age. All right, so let's give some labels to it, name, and this is going to say age. Now save this thing. After saving it, we need to give a button so that they can actually submit it. So input type equal to submit. Yeah, now save this thing. After saving it, we are good to go, but come down here, we need to actually give something that is going to handle the requests. All right, so let's give it a route at app.route. This is will be the base route, and here def index. Now say what we're going to say, we're going to actually return render underscore template, say index.html. Now wait for it, go ahead and run your app. Now come back here, and if you save it, you can actually see, now you can actually see them. Okay, there is an arrow here. Oh wait, go ahead. Okay, this is by mistake. Now save it. If you come back here and refresh it, yeah, now everything looks neat. All right, so come back here. Now if they actually save this thing, we need to actually handle the data that is coming to our website. All right, so when they're actually sending some data, we need to give it a post method. Yeah, now it's complete. So come down here, we need to make sure this one handles the post methods equal to get comma post. All right, after doing this, we need to come down here if request dot method equals to post. Now what we're going to say, form equals to request dot form. Wait, we haven't imported this thing yet. Yeah, now request dot form. Now saying name equals to form of name, and then age equals to form of age. Alright, after doing this, here equals to MySQL dot connection dot cursor, and after this, now we are going to execute cursor dot execute insert into employee, and here we are going to say user, not user, wait, name comma age, and here values %s comma %s, and here we are going to actually specify the values. What are they? Name comma age. And after doing this, now come down and commit the changes that we are actually doing. Commit. Alright, now I think everything looks fine. So come down here, run your application using Python app.py. Now come down here, refresh it. Now what I'm going to say, John and age will be 25. Submit this. Now come back here, run this command. You can actually see the data that is being saved. Alright, this is a nice way to actually do it. Alright, so after saving the data, we need a way to actually view the data. So let's go ahead and do that part that we want to do. Alright, so come down here. Now what we're going to do is give a new route. Alright, so I'm going to say at app.route / employees, and now we're going to say df employees, and then we're going to say cur cursor mysql dot connection dot cursor. Now we can use this cursor to actually get the results equals to cur dot execute, and here we're going to say select star from employee, and then if the results are greater than 0, which means we do have something in our records, then we are going to grab the data is equal to cr dot fetch all, and then return render underscore template, and I'll say we're going to actually give some HTML. Okay, employees equal to employees. Now we're going to pass the data, so we need to create this template. So come down here, employees dot HTML. Wait, this will be employees dot HTML. So come down here, give it, yeah. Now save this, come back here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually give some data, so we need to show the data. So how we are going to do? First, extends base.html, and now block body and block, and now let's write a table. With this is going to have the border equal to 1, and now we're going to run a loop for item in employees. Let's just end the for before we write any code, and inside this we're going to write, yeah, and inside this each data item will be item of 0 and then item of 1. Now save this thing, come back here, run the application, and now if you go back to the website and if you say employee, wait, this might be employees, yeah, okay, now we need to handle this. Yeah, this thing must be inside the double braces. Yeah, now save this thing, come back here, now refresh it. Now the data is actually visible. Alright, so this is the way we can actually save data and we can actually retrieve data, but this doesn't have to be actually in a way now we have done it. So we can actually specify how we can actually get the data. Alright, so come back here to the app.py, go up in the configuration, we can specify something that's going to say app.config, and now mysql underscore cursor class. This is going to specify how we are actually getting the data from the cursor in the database. So dict cursor, this is going to change the data that we are getting into a dictionary format. So now come here, instead of 0 and all, we can specify .name, and we can remove this and say item of .age. Now come back here, run the server, go back to this page, and actually, yeah, now this is working. If you come back here and say Helen, age 22, now submit it, and now go back to employees, you can see that. Alright, this is the basic way to understand that what we have done until now can be collaborated and made a project. So in the next lecture, we're going to learn some essentials on how to actually implement a project that has a scope more than this. Alright, so let's get ahead.